Well, the whole promotional process in the current state of the music industry environment is actually a very complex and sophisticated procedure which has many certain specifics and requirements that all of the artists participating in this activity field have to adjust themselves to in order to be in a position to generate the best quality results with their actions. Having said that, we at UAC Management tend to believe that there isn't a certain pattern, approach or selection of steps that can be applied to a certain case and can always ensure the best possible results in this field. There's a specific concept that we always follow when it comes to the promotional aspect of our activity, however, and that's the principle of firstly and most importantly fully understanding the characteristics and the features of the client that we are working with at this particular moment. Only when we are completely aware of the specific profile of the certain brand, its strengths and weaknesses, its advantages and disadvantages, we're in a position to utilize this information in the process of defining image and statement that should be standing out to a point where they can impersonate the content of an artist's music through their overall presence, essentially, which is a crucial step because only such approach is giving us the opportunity to properly target demographic groups, market positions, and develop a profile that can organically attract both the music industry professionals and the mass audience to a band's career. But in general, again, our work is not following the same sort of action scheme and path with all of our clients. We prefer developing a personalized approach for every band's certain specifics so it can correspond with this group's goals and aims. I personally believe that the lack of ability to objectively and rationally approach certain tasks related to your professional duties is a big obstacle that is being presented by the different parties in the industry in terms of the promotional aspect of our activity. Many professionals tend to trust their emotional opinions and follow their instincts when it comes to approaching certain projects, which always makes it very difficult for us to achieve results that we know are reasonable and well deserved for our clients. Other than that, the promotional process is quite simple in its essence. If you have an interesting, valuable and unique product, it will most certainly achieve good level of exposure at some point. Firstly, once again, it's important and of significant meaning for every artist to be capable of rationally assessing the characteristics of their product and use this information to their benefit in the process of setting realistic and reasonable goals that are pursuant to their current development stage. Strategizing your promotional performance is an absolute necessity in the process of establishing a stable career in the industry and a powerful tool that can guide your effort in the right direction, but only if it's well thought and well developed, in accordance to the artist's specific characteristics and goals. Also, it is crucial to study your audience and the behavior of the people that you want to attract to your product and utilize the generated information to your benefit by adjusting your actions to it. Taking advantage of the opportunities that the newer tendencies in the industry offer in terms of modern platforms, social media and so on is absolutely required as well. But once again, the key factor to strong promotional performance is setting the right goals, as a matter of fact. It's all about passion, determination, distinguishable and unique character, vision and charisma. These are the essential components that every musical act needs to possess in order to achieve not only professional and personal sustainable success in the industry, but also influential status in the music field from a business perspective as well. Talent, of course, is also a significant, essential part of the aforementioned selection, especially since creating a positive impact, sharing a positive message, and influencing the lives of the people seeking support through art is the main goal of the music in general. And only people aware of this concept can build a well-operating and influential profile. However, considering the way that the industry is structured right now, I'm sure that most of the music professionals will agree with me that it's truly the hard-working, devoted, and completely dedicated acts that succeed. As success nowadays means combining strong and calculated business performance with your talent, essentially. I personally believe that the advantages and the opportunities that such platforms provide to their users is something that musicians and professionals of any level can strongly benefit from, especially the up-and-coming and unsigned acts that are yet to get involved in the major music industry cycle. They do have a lot of disadvantages as well, mainly because they are shifting the key performance indicators in the industry to aspects that are not entirely related to music, but the benefits that they can offer can't be outshined in any way. In the complexity of the current state of the business, the wide variety of tools and assistance that such platforms provide can be of crucial importance for the development of an independent artist. It is so much easier to build a strong audience and active following because of such services and because of the opportunities that such platforms offer. I think the crowdfunding services nowadays are incredibly beneficial, especially when it comes to unsigned and up-and-coming bands and acts. Crowdfunding truly provides formations of any size with the opportunity to be independent when it comes to their own career and still maintain a very successful and active profile, which was absolutely impossible a few years ago when the crowdfunding concept wasn't as popular as nowadays. Not to mention that by taking advantage of such services, you don't just manage to organize and arrange complex projects on your own, but you are also able to establish better connection with your audience and attract new people to it while doing so. Considering the constantly growing tendency of glorifying data efficiency and accentuating on the business performance of a group as a brand, as well as focusing on this factor as a key performance indicator in an extremely oversaturated market, the transformation of an act to a successful, fully sustainable product is an incredibly challenging process. Despite the negative and skeptical opinions and thoughts that people usually share while discussing this topic in general, however, we can be always sure that the essence, the main core of the music business will always stay intact. The ability of the artist to invoke and encourage emotional contact with the audience and provide it with a product that can generate memorable and unique experience will always be the most cherished, rewarded and valued talent that will never be outdated. Yes, there are many flaws in the industry that make the process of becoming successful in it very hard, but if you are willing to invest effort in this cycle and if you are able to concentrate on the bigger picture, you'll see that things are not that complex in terms of the principles of success in this field. If you are talented, devoted and persistent with your efforts, you'll get your results eventually. Most certainly, it's always extremely frustrating when it comes to closing venues of any size, which is a problem that occurs very often in England specifically, yes. However, I think that there is a huge misunderstanding amongst the general audience regarding why such situations happen. Yes, there is the case of mismanaging, of artists and promoters not possessing the understanding and the knowledge needed to fulfill their duties accordingly and generate the results that they need in order their respective endeavors to work well. But there is also the legal case, especially in England, that encourages this wave of closure of concert venues, which is not really connected to the music industry. For instance, the problem with noise complaints, the civil requirements in terms of hosting live events and so on. But it's good to see that there are already political officials and professionals working on that matter. I believe that just a few days ago, London's mayor said that he will support the agents of change in the new draft London plan, which means that developers who want to build houses near existing businesses are responsible for mitigating the impact. So this should remove a big legal reason for venues to be closed down from now on as well, hopefully.